that that's true. We all communicate differently. You can't expect to say, I'm going to communicate with Catherine one time, and everything that I say, she caught it exactly the way I wanted her to. And everything that she shared with me, that I caught it, right? We understand that, but we're not. I feel like going back to the empathy concept in grace, as I would say, we live in this society now. It feels like we're so quick to judge. We don't give it, like you were saying, Zara, we don't give each other that space to grow, to make the mistakes, to fail, to learn, to develop adversity, to develop resiliency, to overcome adversity.
Yeah, not everybody want to be successful. Not everybody's success look the same. Like we have this standard towards success. It's like, why we just can't live out in our old silos? Why this cannot look like success for me? Like, why just I cannot have my 9-to-5 job and that be good enough for me? Why do I got to go after this? And if I don't go after this, why do I got to be looked at as lame or I don't have enough? It's like, it's creating all of these things. It's like, social, bro, I can understand why the suicide rate is be up, especially amongst men, because there's like all this pressure. And men got to be rich now. It's like, they had the 6 figures, like, bro, like, 40, like, like half a man in America, like they make like 40K, like we're okay. No, they social be creating these new standards of what man's supposed to have, and this is not, it's not reality. It don't translate to reality. Like the stat says, they're like most men, black and white, they make an average of like $40,000 a year, all that, because around that level, all that good stuff. So it's just like, where all these new, like I said, these new ideologies coming from social media, and it's more, and they following, like I said, these celebrities. Like, no, let the celebrity lives be celebrity lives. That's not reality.
Not for the vast majority of us.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, it's a scary thing of emerging social media into reality, and that's why I always, Catherine said it, like, when we go back to the relationship, I think she said this to me. She said, we're moving very, very far from traditional marriage and traditional all the traditional stuff is moving far because all these new ideologies. It's just like, bro, and I always say, I don't know how people want to find love this day and age, and we don't fix this because the standards is too damn high. They're unrealistic. And just even when an argument happened, no, I need to find this person is I'm trying to protect my peace. Like, no, people have arguments. People have disagreements in relationships. That's a part of relationships and things like that. Y'all two human beings try to merge your ideologies together. Mindset is going to be some friction there. But as soon as there's not a friction now, people just leave because social media, all of these other guys in my DMs, I can talk to them and just keep trying. I mean, like I said, Catherine spoke on it. Like I said, put us in a whole new. That's a whole nother conversation with the relationship. But she opened up kind of words.
It is. No, it absolutely is. Trust me, I could probably talk to you for a whole day.
Hey, Catherine, open it up. I'm all like, let me just dive in on. Let me touch on these few parts that she touched on, man. Because it's real.
No, but I love what you said, especially when you're talking about the expectations, and even when you're talking about the relationship aspect where the communications break down. That's something I agree with you. I think that's something I actually would be scared if I'm a young man. Not only because I'm being, I'm essentially having to compete with older men who are much more, financially independent and stable and established, right? Because they've just had time. That's everybody deserves time to grow. But this mentality of like, I'm just about to leave and I can just go get something else real quick to replace you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, I don't know how you're getting your information, but take it from me. You can't just plug and play people. We all have very different, unique lived experiences, personalities, perspectives. You don't want to have this mentality of, I can take you or I can leave you, even when you've invested significant time, energy, and resources into that person. Because you're not just going to go out there and find it. I know it might appear that way, but you can't. I'm just telling you, you won't go find it. If you really want to make it work, as you were just saying, you got to put in the work. Right. Because we're two different people, we don't see things the same way. That's what we were talking earlier. That's why we went on, all three of us went off on a long tangent about communication, right? Because we know that that's true. We all communicate differently. You can't expect to say, I'm going to communicate with Catherine one time, and everything that I say, she caught it exactly the way I wanted her to. And everything that she shared with me, that I caught it, right? We understand that, but we're not, I feel like going back to the empathy concept in grace, as I would say, we live in this society now. It feels like we're so quick to judge. We don't give it, like you were saying, Zara, we don't give each other that space to grow, to make the mistakes, to fail, to learn to develop adversity, to develop resiliency to overcome adversity.
Hmm.
We don't give each other that space. Well, we have this somehow, it seems like we as a society, maybe, have decided to transition to this point where these are the expectations. Everybody didn't get that memo. So every time you violate it, we cast you to the side and we sort of vote you off the island. You're never allowed to return. You're never allowed to come back. You're never allowed to resolve the
Where's the
issue and learn
society?
from the experience. Right.